7:20. Let's go, baby.
Today is going to be the final episode of the SideCraft Survival Tour series, and before we start I just want to say a huge thank you to all the members of the SideCraft server for generously giving up their time to allow me to pop on there and see all of the wonderful things that they've built. I think in total we spent around about 15 hours taking a look around the world, so it's incredibly generous of them, and I just want to say all of their links can be found down in the description. I would highly suggest checking them out if you're interested in this technical sort of Minecraft content. And I also just want to say a huge thank you for the massively positive response that we've had to all of the episodes. It's been amazing to see. I'm so happy to see this side of Minecraft still getting huge amounts of appreciation now that the game is so old. So without further ado, let's crack on and take a look at the final builds. And I have to say, they are even more insane than the ones featured in the previous episodes. I don't know how that's even possible. First up on the to-do list, gigantic, massive mob farm. Yeah, because this is something that I was wondering about. This is something that I was wondering about because I saw it off in the distance, and then I've realised now that you guys never actually explained it when we were doing the first world tour. So this is just a gigantic mob farm, is it?
Mob farm, yeah, built up in the sky. Before we knew about the whole chunk or the spawning mechanism, so we want to build a mob farm as low as possible.
Yep.
So we didn't know it back then. Build it up high, and had to make it huge to get enough spawning space.
Yeah. I mean, this is this an efficient design or not really?
Yeah, it was at the time the fastest mob farm. I think it was 110,000 items per hour.
Right, I've just fallen through it.
Unfortunately, it's also one of the things that got broken by 1.9, which also led us to not update it quickly.
Right, I see.
So it's no longer working.
This is very, very impressive. And then you kind of have like a perimeter. Yep, you do have a perimeter.
At the bottom we had a guardian farm as well.
Wow.
It's hand dug, correct?
Yep, that perimeter was also done by hand, without TNT tubing or anything. Pickaxes and water removal machines.
I love the guardian, the ghasts down at the bottom as well. I'm guessing that's for the guardian farm.
Yes. Yeah. So it's actually still working. Should we quickly turn it on, maybe?
I keep having to reload all my chunks.
It needs to have the glowstone replaced with redstone blocks sometime.
We might have to turn off the mob switch for this.
I can do it.
Basically, the dispensers now flood. All remove blocks, and the guardians can spawn, fall down, get funneled into a hole directly in front of the player with the gas.
Yep.
And the player will just stand there in the middle and kill them, get a ton of XP.
This is so cool. I mean, I love watching farms that make use of ghasts. I love that. It's always so satisfying. And so was this one of the first builds that you built on the server?
Yeah.
And I mean, how did you form SideCraft? I've never even thought to ask that. Was that just a bunch of like-minded people thought it would be a good idea to build some ridiculous stuff?
Can explain it.
Yeah, so that was sort of a random thing. I mean, at some point I just made a call on YouTube. I mean, I made a few Iron Farm videos before.
Yep.
So I had a tiny fellowship, and so at some point I just said like, yeah, whatever. I got a server running anyways. Originally I had for some friends, but they lost interest.
Yep.
And so I just said like, yeah, let's just ask for people to join, and I don't know, maybe it becomes a nice community. And then it just sort of took off because a lot of crazy people joined, and over time, it just grew, and it quickly became this, super high standard server, and well, the rest is just how it went.
That's such a cool story. So it wasn't kind of planned. It wasn't like you got like the dream team together. It was just luck.
Completely random.
Yeah, luck in a way, and just right place at the right time. That's amazing. And it's continued going strong for this long. That's fantastic.
So this is the old villager trading hall. Also one of the 1.8 builds.
Yep.
But now it's not really working anymore. But the idea back then was to have a carrot, potato, and a pumpkin farm. all integrated into the villager trading hall.
Yep.
So we could turn that into emeralds and use those emeralds to buy books and tools. Yeah, and we still have all of our villagers there, so the good ones, that all the book trades, so mending for 10, and we don't have all the perfect book trades, but gotten pretty close with every villager.
Yeah.
Also got the perfect pickaxe trade, which unfortunately took us over 6,000 villagers to check.
Really? Wait,
Yeah,
where is this? I need to
and
see
we were
this.
unlucky.
Oh yeah,
Right
there it
here.
is. Wow, and for 11 emeralds as well. That's not bad. All of these villages are surrounded by farms. Now, by Psycraft standards, these are tiny farms, but for someone like me, they're still relatively big. So I personally found this area really inspirational. This is
I also remember that my first Psycraft video was about that villager breeder here.
Oh, really?
Quite a while ago, yeah.
I think it was also the first villager breeder that made use of this separated style. So back in the day, you just threw a bunch of villagers on a crop field, this Impulse SV breeder.
Yep.
And then I think Mango actually others figured actually out that it's much more efficient to pair them up and keep them in pairs, so they always have their breeding partner with them.
Yeah, I must admit, I've never seen... I was looking at this just a couple seconds ago thinking, I've never really seen a villager breeder that looks like this before, so this is interesting to me. Anyway, moving on to the next project.
This is also a thumbnail farm.
Whoa, this is a fancy one. Yeah, this is a nice looking one.
Very good decorated.
I am.
Oh yeah, took a while to build all of that stuff.
Wow.
I think like one layer that you can see. I mean, it's very much layered. Just the decoration outside, one layer going once around took like an hour or so.
I bet. No, yeah, I believe it. This is a
The tree going around, building layer by layer, and
It's also the standard Psycraft size, so it's 100 by 100 by 100.
very nice. And
There's a melon farm, by the way.
I was gonna say, and what is it? So this is a melon farm. Now, why do you need this many melons? Is this just for villager trading, or just
We
because
actually
you
needed it to build the sugarcane farm later.
Hi, Hyun here with League of Legends. Now you're gonna be saying wow every time you play this video game. Now look at this, I'm a blind monk. 1 slap, I'm farming some gold. 2 slaps, you slap on some friends, and look at the more you slap, the funner it gets. You don't have to switch any games. Now you like your friends, but you hate finding it. Play solo, meet new people, play with your friends to build up that teamwork. Now I'm an introvert too, but get the friends in once in a while. League of Legends, one of the
Right. Okay. Is that any particular reason? Is that for
Do we turn
immovable
it on?
objects or?
Usually it
Yeah,
goes
not
up like
sticky.
we need a shulker box of melons, and then someone goes and builds this.
at that time there were no shulker boxes.
Okay, so yeah, great.
Okay. Let's do a single harvest.
Stay right there, Mambo.
Yeah.
Stay right there.
Melons incoming.
Look here.
So melons
Remember-
incoming.
remember
I like
the
that.
wheat
They
farm?
basically overlapping. with
Everyone
the
else
boxes.
get off of.
Okay. Stay right there.
Oh wow. Okay, my frame rates are going down. Well, I don't have many spots in my inventory, but
Should we open the overflow maybe?
Then
So
Mambo
good.
will go into the overflow.
I can. I can
Just separate back real quick. Methods you
Okay,
want to
craft
deliver?
it.
So is this so you can easily craft it up? Or watch out, you might go
Yep.
into the overflow.
So you can AFK there and just craft everything into blocks immediately. We don't store the slices. We store it immediately in block form.
Now, if you're wondering how the farm actually functions and produces this many melons, well, here we go. So, I mean, it's a fairly simple farm, I guess. So it's literally just a manual harvest kind of thing, is it? And then you just stand there and gather up all the drops.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one signal going
Yep.
through, similar to the sugarcane farm.
Yep.
And yeah, no butt design or anything
No.
because those tend to get stuck at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, and then after the whole row or the whole sequence is finished, then just start again at the beginning.
Now, if you're wondering what sugarcane farm they're talking about, well, is this one right here.
Okay, so we have trio of those 100 by 100 by 100 farms. The
Yep.
Netherwort farm you saw already.
Yep.
And the melon farm, and now the sugarcane farm as well.
Right.
Last one.
Yeah, this one is the last one, and all of them have the similarity that the basic concept is quite easy, but you can only make it faster by making it bigger.
Bigger. Yep.
And yeah, I mean, sugarcane farms aren't that hard to do, right?
Nope.
But if you want to have a lot of sugarcane, you have to build a big sugarcane farm, and that's what you see right in front of you right now.
And is this an active? Is this just a? So this isn't fully automatic. This is just a one harvest kind of deal. I'm assuming.
This one works similar to the Melon farm. So you have a signal. Yeah, you have a signal going through, and once it finishes, reaches the end, then it just starts from the beginning again because most of the stuff has been grown.
Just to make that doubly clear, you essentially have a redstone line on the outside that kind of snakes along. So if you imagine that all of the farming modules are like a grid, then this redstone line runs through, activating each square on the grid. It goes across, then goes up a layer, then goes back across the other way, and gradually it makes its way around until every single one of the farming modules in the grid has been activated once, and then the redstone signal goes all the way back around and starts again. So essentially, it's like a big redstone clock with a snaking line that gradually harvests things. There's no bud switches or any kind of things like that that make things unreliable. It's just good old-fashioned redstone. And this next farm features some really nice, good old-fashioned pixel art. Wow, this is awesome. This is one of the coolest perimeters.
Yep.
Oh,
thank you.
Who designed this? Was that? I mean, I'm guessing that's kind of, I guess, slightly Spider-Man
logo-y. That was actually me for a change.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is really cool. How awesome! And this is a spider farm. Well,
spider farm, spider-only mob farm.
Quite obviously.
So of course you can force only spiders to spawn because they're the shortest mob. They fit in a one wide gap, unlike zombies, creepers, and skeletons.
Yeah.
That's what we use here. And detect the spider spawning with pressure plates. As soon as they spawn, they're getting pushed down and killed with fall damage.
Yep.
Then we have hopper minecarts at the bottom, going back and forth, collecting the drops, and of course central storage where everything is then deposited. Pretty straightforward, but a lot of time also went to this. It's quite a large farm.
Yeah, absolutely. And is this an efficient farm? Is this?
Yeah, it's about 80,000 string power.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot of string.
Faster than your quadruple cave spider spawner.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Yeah, no, I can see now. I can see all of the spiders dropping out.
Spiders flying.
Yeah.
Fastest spider farm of its time again, but not anymore.
So this is another perimeter, one of the many perimeters that you guys have on the SciCraft server, and that's just did you build this farm when you knew about subchunks, or was this?
Not really. We could have built this lower, of course. It would have been a bit more efficient, but we're limited really by the mob cap, so
yeah,
it's fine.
That's funny. So you just chose to build it low because you just thought it would be cooler?
Yeah.
That's so funny. It just so happens that it was actually in a way helping it out a little bit.
So basically we could have built this lower and then smaller and get the same rates. It would have been an advantage.
Yeah. Well, so when did they find out about subchunks? Was that was?
Well, still, I think even at the end of the 1.8 era.
Right.
This was also one of the first projects we did in 1.8.
Right.
Then we really understood what's going on.
How was that perimeter made, by the way?
That was actually made by making a dispenser grid, filling it up with TNT and activating it with redstone lines.
So it was an old school Minecraft quarry kind of thing. Well, not quarry, but auto.
Not really quarry, but use TNT, yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, was a bit more efficient than digging. Still quite a lot of effort, just craft the TNT, bring it here, fill in the dispensers.
Yeah.
But I think it's better than digging, actually.
Now we need to take the piston bolt.
Yep. Oh, for goodness sake. Is that because it's got cakes and part, it looks...
Yep.
Oh, and it's got 3.1... Oh, wow. How...
It's the piston bolt.
It's quite a long piston bolt, actually.
And how many... how many decimal points of significant figures of pi do you have on this one?
It was 300 digits or something like that. Huh?
I think you have to ask Pala.
More, but
He's not around, sadly.
Allah made it and one.
I think he made a mistake in the middle. Then he had to.
No, we checked it.
Oh, it's an urban legend.
They actually...
Also-
You guys actually checked it?
At Bear, we're helping put more gold into the golden years. Better heart treatments, advanced brain disease research, and better ways to age gracefully. At Bayer, this is why we science.
Yeah.
No.
Also,
I actually
somebody
did.
committed a heinous crime. Somebody took one bite out of one of the cake in the middle. Like, I'm serious.
That's also hilarious.
Okay, so this is the farm running at full speed. This is not Kurda's 768 village iron farm that I just built as a temporary farm. Took like 2 days to build the structure and another half a day to transport the villagers. So really not a big project at all.
I mean, it's a decently big project though. I mean, this is very impressive, and the number of iron golems that are flying out of this thing.
Yeah, it's about 30,000 iron an hour for 768 villages, and actually we have this was like really haphazardly planned. So the storage is, for example, quite crap.
Right.
So this is like just a set of shulker box loaders. All the poppies go into lava directly,